1. The ancient Olympics began in Olympia, Greece, in 776 BC, the city that gave the Olympics their name. 2. The first modern-era Olympics were held in Athens, Greece, in 1896. Women were prohibited from participating because they were considered physically fragile. 3. Until 1896, the Olympics had only male athletes. Women were allowed to compete for the first time in the 1900 Paris Olympics, representing just 2% of the competitors, 22 athletes. In 1928, in Amsterdam, 10% of the competitors were women. By 1984, in Los Angeles, 20% of the athletes were women. In Barcelona in 1992, women made up 30% of the competitors. In Sydney in 2000, 38% of the participants were women. In London in 2012, women made up 44% of the competitors. In Paris in 2024, women will finally make up half of the athletes competing for medals and representing their nations. Little by little, women have claimed their space in sports. 4. The Olympic Games were cancelled during World War I in 1916, as well as in 1940 and 1944 due to World War II. 5. The Olympic flame was introduced at the Amsterdam Games in 1928. 6. The Olympic marathon has had an official distance, 42.195 kilometers since the London Games in 1908. 7. The 1936 Berlin Olympics were the first to be broadcast on television. 8. The 1980 Moscow Olympics were boycotted by 66 nations, including the USA. In response, the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics were boycotted by 14 Soviet bloc nations. 9. Nadia Comaneci was the first gymnast to receive a perfect score of 10.0 at the 1976 Montreal Olympics. 10. The first Olympics with a unified team from East and West Germany were in Barcelona, 1992. 11. Michael Phelps is the most decorated Olympic athlete with 23 gold medals. 12. The first city to host the modern Olympics 3 times is Paris, 1900, 1924, and 2024. 13. The 2012 London Olympics were the first to feature events from all 205 national Olympic committees. 14. Basketball was introduced as an Olympic sport at the 1936 Berlin Games. 15. Greece traditionally leads the Parade of Nations at the opening ceremony. 16. The youngest athlete to win a gold medal was swimmer Marjorie Jestring at age 13 in 1936. 17. The International Olympic Committee was founded in 1894 by Pierre de Coubertin. 18. First African country to bid for the Olympics was South Africa, with Cape Town as a candidate city for the 2004 Games. 19. The first South American country to host the Olympics was Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro in 2016. 20. The Olympic mascot was introduced for the first time at the 1972 Munich Games. 21. First Olympics broadcast live via satellite were the 1960 Rome Games. 22. The number of rings on the Olympic symbol represents the 5 inhabited continents. 23. The 1920 Antwerp Olympics were the first to feature the Olympic flag. 24. In the ancient Olympics, athletes competed naked. 25. The most medals won in a single Olympics were by Michael Phelps in Beijing 2008, 8 golds. 26. Fencing is the only sport to have been featured in all modern Olympics. 27. Women's boxing was included for the first time at the 2012 London Olympics. 28. The oldest athlete to win an Olympic medal was Swedish shooter Oskar Swan at 72 years old. 29. The most Olympic medals won by a single female athlete is 18 by Larisa Latynina. The Soviet gymnast held the record for most Olympic medals until surpassed by Michael Phelps. 30. Snowboarding was included for the first time at the 1998 Winter Olympics in Nagano. 31. China led the medal count for the first time at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. 32. British athlete Steve Redgrave won gold medals in 5 consecutive Olympic Games in rowing. 33. The first woman to win an Olympic medal was Helene de Portales in 1900. 34. Great Britain is the only nation to have won at least 1 gold medal in every edition of the modern Olympics. 35. American swimmer Mark Spitz won 7 gold medals at the 1972 Munich Olympics. 36. Brazil is the only country to win Olympic gold in volleyball in both genders. 37. British athlete Mo Farah won the double-double by winning the 5,000 meters and 10,000 meters in 2 consecutive Olympics, 2012 and 2016. 38. The 2012 London Olympics were the first to feature a full program of women's boxing. 39. The Olympic marathon was created in honor of the Greek soldier Phidippides, who ran from Marathon to Athens. 40. The Montreal 1976 Olympics left the city with a debt that took 30 years to pay off. 41. Los Angeles 1984 was the only edition fully funded by private investment. 42. The fastest Olympic marathon was run by Eliud Kipchoge in 2016, with a time of 2:08:44. 43. The longest Olympic long jump was by Bob Beamon, with 8.90 meters in 1968. 44. The tallest basketball player to compete in the Olympics was Yao Ming at 7'6", 2.29 meters. 45. The largest delegation in history was the United States in 2024. Paris Olympics with 631 athletes. 46. The smallest delegation was from Nauru in 1996 with only 1 athlete. 47. The record for the most medals won by a country in a single edition is held by the USA. 239 medals in St. Louis 1904. 48. The largest Olympic stadium was Beijing's National Stadium, with a capacity of 91,000 spectators. 49. The smallest number of athletes competing in an Olympics was in St. Louis 1904, with only 651 athletes in total. 50. In Tokyo 2020, new sports such as skateboarding, surfing, and sport climbing were added. 51. In 2016, a refugee team competed for the first time in the Olympics. 52. The smallest city to host the Summer Olympics was Antwerp in 1920. 53. Greece is the only country that has participated in all editions of the Olympics. 54. The longest distance covered by a torch relay was for the 2004 Athens Games, covering 78,000 kilometers. 55. In 2004, legally blind South Korean archer Im Dong-hyun won 2 golds. 56. The 1904 St. Louis Olympics were the first to award gold, silver, and bronze medals to the winners. 57. The 1900 Olympics were the only ones to include cricket as a sport. 58. The most medals won by a single country in a Summer Olympics edition is 121 by the USA in 2016. 59. The highest number of world records broken in a single Olympics was 43 at Beijing 2008. 60. The largest host country delegation was Brazil in 2016, 465 athletes. 61. The most Olympic participations by an athlete is by Hungarian fencer Alid Argerevich, with 6 participations. 62. The biggest blowout in Olympic basketball history was 143-24, when the USA beat Nigeria in 2012. 63. China won 51 gold medals at Beijing 2008, the most for a non-American country. 64. Gymnast Simone Biles won 4 golds in a single edition in 2016. 65. The greatest height difference between Summer Olympic medalists was 54 centimeters between basketball player Yao Ming and gymnast Simone Biles. Which fact surprised you the most? Is there another aspect of the Olympics you'd like to learn more about? Leave your comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. That way, you'll be the first to know when we publish more amazing facts like these. Stay with us to explore and learn more about the most fascinating topics in the world. See you next time.